Hi there, back again. I wanted to talk about rage being my superpower, a bit more about that really, because it got quite a few comments. I think a lot of people could relate to it. I don't think there's a lot about rage, anger, resentment. We know we have it, we know we feel it, but not really anybody talks about how we process it and deal with it and manage it. I think there's a lot of what I call spiritual bypassing going on, as in, oh, well, focus on the good things, focus on how it, made you the person you are today, and without the fact that your parents were really mean to you, you perhaps wouldn't be the person you are today. Perhaps because if that really bad, shitty thing didn't really happen to you, you might not have grown so resilient and strong and capable. And if you hadn't been with that twit for all those years, you might not be the person you are now. And I just think that's such a load of crap. It's like, God, that makes me want to puke. Well, maybe you kind of signed up for it. Maybe it was part of your, coming down to the planet. Maybe you kind of thought, well, I need to learn something, so I'll have this really shitty experience over here to help me learn something. Now, don't get me wrong. We can all learn from something if we've been in difficult situations. But the fact that, people use that as a kind of almost a rationalization or even an intellectualization, did I say that right? As a way of kind of saying, oh, well, maybe you kind of wanted that experience or needed that experience, or, we're a school here and this is about learning lessons. And I just want to tell people to just go themselves, because it's like, well, if that's the case, then what the hell are we all doing here? What is the point of us being here if all we did was sign up for really shitty experiences that we're going to take years recovering from and traumatized by? And, it just kind of makes me so mad. This is what I had to learn to manage my emotions, because these sort of things make me so angry. Why should I have to put up with someone's shitty behaviour so that I can learn something? And I don't think we have to. And I mean, that's what I learned along the way. It's like, because I was taught to be a nice girl, to be a good girl, to be overly reasonable, to be a chronic people pleaser, and just, as long as everyone else is happy, then I'm fine. And to give until there's nothing left to give. And do what I don't really want to do just to make everyone happy. And do the right thing by everyone, by the family, by my partner, even though I might be really, really unhappy. And, if I feel crap about someone, they might be someone, that I need to be in relationship for whatever reason, family, work colleague, and we have to put up with their crappy behaviour. And I'm like, no, we don't. Now, we might have to try and get along, so there's that. I'm not saying we should blow up our lives every time we meet someone that we don't get on with. But sometimes those intrinsic knowings, that icky feeling you get when you're with someone, or the fact that you just don't really like someone. Now, for many years, I would really be quite upset with myself, because I would think, if I didn't like someone, that's me being a really bad person. And I actually really believed that. I really believed that not I was a bad person, but, I must like them. I must like everybody for whatever reason. And I lived like that for many years, putting up with people until... And this is the problem with me. I am quite patient. I could repress that for a long time. And then on a few occasions when I couldn't repress it anymore, it was like a bomb went off. And this is what I call like rain. And it's like I couldn't rein it back in if I tried. I'd been that nice person for so many years. And then it was just sometimes something small, when I was really stressed, when I was kind of on the point of exhaustion, someone just said something and it was like, boosh. Now, don't get me wrong, they were not my best moments. They were not who I wanted to be intrinsically. But I never killed anyone. I just yelled and shouted and screamed and maybe told people to leave politely, or not so politely. people that I really hadn't liked for a long time, that I'd put up with and repressed how I really felt about them. And then they just copped it in one fell swoop. And I'm not proud of that. And I could have gone back and done it different. But it kind of woke me up to how much I repressed it. Because that rage comes with all that pressure, you know, when you're like, ah. And so I think I want to talk more about this. I want to talk more about how I learned to process that, understand it, manage it, not have to put up with people that I really, really didn't want to put up with. And maybe that's what I'm going to do. But right now I haven't really got the time to talk about it more than this. This is the start of a bigger conversation, like the last one was. It just kind of opened a door into a bigger conversation. And I really love helping people connect with that part of themselves, because I know how much we all got to repress it because we had to survive, and for what other reason. But how it's not working for us, it never did. It causes a lot of problems, sickness, illness. And I did a whole talk on it once, many years ago, and I've got a whole PowerPoint on rage, resentment, anger, rage and resentment. And it was interesting, because a lot of people was like, no one ever really talks about this. And I thought, no, maybe we need to talk more about it. So that's what I'm going to do. The next few videos are going to be all about anger, rage and resentment, my favorite subject. So hopefully you'll come along for more of that, and I will get back soon. Okay, bye for now.